This week brings a mix of energy. We have the first of many squares with Saturn, and we have some squares with Uranus, which brings disruption. Let's dive in. The first transit that we have happens on Wednesday, August 14th, and that is Mercury retrograde moving back into the sign of Leo. With Mercury being retrograde, this is a really good time to return to things of Leo themes, which includes self-expression, understanding your worth, creative projects. So returning to any creative projects that maybe you started a while ago. Also a good time to reflect on how you can show up more authentically. On that same day, we have Mars conjunct Jupiter. Mars represents physical energy, our motivations, our desires, and how we assert ourselves. And Jupiter represents optimism. It's expansive. It can often bring opportunities as well. So with these two coming together, it could bring opportunities that you're ready to take action towards. It can also increase your confidence and your motivation. However, if there's not something that we are channeling this energy into, it can turn into expanded assertion, which can then turn into aggression or impulsiveness. The next transits are happening on Thursday, August 15th. The first one is the Sun trine to Chiron. This is a harmonious transit that brings opportunity for growth and healing, especially for those things where we kind of keep feeling like we're carrying hurt around. With this transit, you have increased empathy for others and yourself. Any healing that can be done during this time might really boost your confidence. However, later on in that evening, we have the Mars square Saturn. As I said, this is the first Saturn square of many that we have in August, and Mars is not so much of a lovely start to that. This transit could bring some frustrating energy around limitations. You may be feeling ready to move forward and to take action. However, there might be some obstacles or delays that are preventing you from doing so. And that can also lead to you feeling like you're not doing enough, not good enough, not blank enough. It could bring a sense of defeat or depression towards your goals and ambitions. However, it's a good time to tap into your resiliency, and anything that is coming up, use as a moment to reflect and dig a little deeper. Don't let it be the end all, just use it as a moment or a tool to be like, hey, now's a good time to reflect on that. With Mars and a square, this could bring some aggression into the frustration as well. So just make sure you're taking a breath, doing what you need to stay calm. Then we don't have any transits until Sunday, on which we have 3. The first one is Mercury square to Uranus. With this transit, we can definitely expect some disruptions. Mercury retrograde already brings some disruptions, especially towards travel, communication, and technology. And Uranus brings even more disruption into the picture. And the square often brings frustrations. So it could be a bit of a frustrating day if we aren't flexible. The good news is that it might bring some innovative solutions, maybe after the frustration, but that's what squares are all about, is bringing up a need for change. Then we have the Sun conjunct Mercury, which is retrograde still, so it's giving a lot of reflection energy. However, it could bring a moment of mental clarity, or it could just add to the energy of Mercury square Uranus, which gives a sense of restlessness. So it could go either way. It could just give you the mental surge you need to figure out how to fix what went wrong earlier in the day, or not. The last transit happening this week is Venus square to Jupiter. Now, if there's a square that's more lovely than the rest, I would say it's this one. Venus and Jupiter both bring pleasure and social interactions and generosity. However, with the other things happening this day, it could be a toss-up. Things I would say to look out for with this transit is overindulgence, overspending, going too far. So if you find yourself frustrated from the things that happened earlier in the day, and you're prone to turning to drink alcohol or drugs to ease the pain, you could go a little too far this evening. So just be really mindful about how you're coping with your frustrations from that day or early on in the week. If you want an overview of everything happening in August so you can plan your whole month, make sure you subscribe because I post a month ahead forecast every single month, all geared towards business owners so you can plan strategically. If you want that forecast delivered to your inbox along with some other practical astrology advice, make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter, which you can find linked in the notes below.